Has your staff been asking for more money, but they're still terrible at managing their finances? Well, watch this video and I'll give you the exact training to help them get better at managing their money. Hey, it's Jason Everett from the High Performance Salon Academy, and we give you tools to help you level up as a salon owner, but also tools to help you level up the people that work for you. So this is a really common situation. Salon owner has a stylist come to them and they say, hey, I need to make more money because I'm just simply not making enough. And then maybe you figure out a way for them to make more money, and then within a couple of months they come back to you and they go, I'm still not making enough money, I need to make more money. And the cycle continues over and over and over again. And why? Is it because they're not making enough money, or is it because they're poor managers of their money? See, most people have more month than they have money. Have you heard that phrase before? It's like people run out of money the last 5-10 days of the month. They're like, ah, crap, I'm out of money. And they're living paycheck to paycheck. That's literally the scenario. And so what most people do is they actually start taking time and they actually rack up credit card debt to cover those last couple of months. And so the average person in America, I just heard this recently, has between $10,000 and $15,000 worth of credit card debt. Ugh, that's crazy, right? That they can't pay off, and they hope to be able to pay it off within the next couple of years. And they're paying 20 and 25% interest on that credit card debt to kind of make it through the month. So how can you as a salon owner take that on? Because just giving them more money, like actually just paying them more, or raising their commission, or figuring out ways for them to make more money, is not going to solve the problem. You need to teach them how to actually manage their money in a great way. So I was just on the phone with somebody on our team who was starting to bump up their pay, and I said, listen, as your pay continues to go up, I want to remind you something. You need to learn to live on less money than you actually make. Now, here's the problem. I was in commission sales for a really long time, and what would happen is that as you make more money, most people in commission sales would start leveling up their expenses. As soon as they made a little bit more money, then they'd get a bigger car payment, and then they'd get a bigger house payment. They'd start leveling up. And in fact, I used to see managers encourage that behavior because they wanted you to have that trap that you had to work really, really hard to maintain your income. But the secret is to live on more like 90 or 80% of your income. Now, most people are gonna go, there's no way I could do that. I don't make enough, right? Because they already are going backwards. What you want to do is have an opportunity where you start leveling up an income and then say, I'm living on 80 or 90% of that income, and making sure that you manage your money completely differently. Another great way to do it is to actually segregate your bank accounts. And by the way, you can teach this all to your staff. One of my favorite things I did very early on when I was about 20 years old is I created 2 separate bank accounts to better manage my money. In fact, what I would do is I had a regular account I just called bills, a checking account, and then another account that was called the spending account. So my bills account and spending account. So I knew how much money I needed every single month in my bills account. And then I had my spending account, which if my spending account got low, I wouldn't spend very much money. But my bills always had the exact amount of money I needed to make all of my regular payments, all my fixed expenses. I could actually make sure all my bills were always covered. So I never got to the end of the month and go, oh no, I can't pay rent. But I could go, well, I shouldn't go out tonight, or I shouldn't go to that concert, or I shouldn't buy that many drinks, or whatever it was. I would actually have my spending account to do that. So I would just watch the spending account, and if that got low, I would stop my crazy spending, but my bills account was always solid. So simple tips like that, like just being able to separate those payments. And by the way, when I would get my paycheck, I'd put some money in my bills account, some money in my spending account, and I would use them accordingly, right? So if I had more money in my spending account, I would do things, and if I had less money in my spending account, I would eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and top ramen. Like that's literally what I did at 20 years old to better manage my money and my finances. So living on less, big deal. Also figuring out how to segregate your fixed expenses and your variable expenses and your living expenses. That's gonna be huge for your stylist, and most of them have never been educated on that stuff. So if you can help them figure out a plan to pay down their credit card debt, figure out how to not use credit cards to pay for their living expenses, and as they make more money, help them start to ratchet down and say, how do they live on 80 or 90% of their expenses? And they will forever change how they operate financially. There's a ton of other financial tips, but that's just one to get you started. Do me a favor, if you want more help like that, check out our free Profitable Salon Owner Facebook group, and we'll give you other great tips like that. Or you can always go over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to our channel to get other tips when we release them. Have a good one.